Hi everyone, welcome back to Kidding Around. My name is Melanie Smith, and I think it is totally terrific that you are here with me today on another Test Tube Tuesday. Today we are going to be talking all about rainbows. Before we do that though, if you like what you're seeing here and want to follow along with all of Kidding Around's videos, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and below each video click the thumbs up. Also, if you really like what you're doing here, please share us with your friends. Thank you so much. Well, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. That is, if you're watching this video on the day that it is released. Of course, if you're watching this on any day other than St. Patrick's Day, that's okay. We're talking about rainbows because of the holiday, but you know what? Rainbows are cool pretty much any day of the year, don't you think? Also, the science behind rainbows works every day of the year as well. So we are going to do two experiments today that have to do with rainbows. And as you can see, I don't have anything really set up. So you may not, or you won't know exactly what we're doing until we actually start doing it. I hope that you will trust me on these two experiments, go along with them, and then at the end of each experiment, we will talk about the science behind it. All right, so for this first experiment, you will need a few supplies. You will need a large glass bowl full of water, or almost all the way full. You will also need a handheld mirror. Now this mirror is going to be going into the water, so you want to make sure that it is not a prized antique. This should just be a drugstore cheapy mirror that can easily get wet. You will also need some modeling clay. And you will need a flashlight, an analog flashlight. So you want to make sure that it is not an LED light. And then you will also need one piece of white cardstock or paper. All right, so in order to set this experiment up, you are going to put your mirror in your bowl of water. So it needs to go in at something of an angle. I know it's going to be kind of hard for you to see exactly how I get this set up, but I am going to be putting my mirror in so that it goes down into the water, not straight up like that, but at a little bit of an angle. And I'm going to get it set. And then, in order to make it stay, I am going to use this modeling clay to hold it in place. Now, I will tell you, it takes a little bit of finagling to get your mirror stuck to the bowl. And in general, this experiment is going to take a little bit of finagling, but if you keep at it, it will absolutely work. So, okay, I am moving around my modeling clay so that I can stick this mirror to the bowl. Let's see if I did it the first time. Sometimes it doesn't work the first time. That's okay. All right, so I have my mirror in there, and yes, look at that, it worked. I will tell you, when I did this experiment before, to make sure that I knew what I was doing, I didn't get it to stick on the first try. That's okay, I just tried again. All right, so once you have your mirror set at an angle in your bowl of water, you are going to set up for the rest of the experiment. Now, because of the way that I need to set up so that you can see everything that happens, I am going to be putting my bowl clear out here so that I can be shining a rainbow. That's a little bit of a spoiler, shining a rainbow onto this piece of paper. You may not need to have your bowl so far away. In fact, you probably will be able to have it right in front of you. But I'm going to go ahead and get this set up so that we can start making and viewing rainbows. Is this St. Patrick's Day or is this Halloween? I feel like with the lights set this way, I am ready to start telling some ghost stories. But I do have the light set this way for a reason, and that is so that you can see the rainbow very clearly. So when you have your setup done, you have your mirror in your water, and you have the clay holding the mirror at an angle, then you can turn off your lights, and then you can take your flashlight, and you can shine the light into the bottom part of the mirror. So you're going to be shining it through the water, and then you are going to take your piece of paper, your white paper, which we're going to call your rainbow catcher, and you are going to hold it up into the reflection of the light. And as you do that, you are going to start seeing some rainbows. Here, let's look. Hi everyone, surprise, it's a drop-in and I'm sitting in the light. I know I'm going from dark to light. We will eventually get back to the dark and then back to the light again as well. And I know really you're just thinking, let me just see those rainbows, right? So I wanted to explain a funny thing that happened. I was doing this experiment and I was sitting in the dark, as you remember, and I shined my light into the mirror through the water. I had these beautiful rainbows showing up here. And what happened was the camera, which is set to make sure that the light levels stay as close to the same throughout the entire shot as possible, said, I don't think you probably want just a bright light in the middle of a dark room, so I'm going to adjust my settings. Normally, this is really what you want from a camera. It's super smart. But today, that is not what I wanted, because I wanted you to be able to see the rainbows in the light, and by the adjustments that it made, you couldn't see the rainbows at all. I could see a lot of rainbows on here on the paper being reflected, but nothing could be seen in the camera. So what I am going to do is I am going to ask my daughter Addie to sit here in my spot and shine the light into the mirror, and then have the reflection be out here on the paper. And then I am going to actually hold the camera and I am going to be able to tell it where to focus so that you actually can see the rainbows just like we do. All right, so drop in over. Now let's get back to those rainbows. All right, so here we are. Addie is holding, you can't see her, but believe me, that's Addie. There you go. She is holding the flashlight, looking down into the mirror through the water. And then we look over here at her rainbow catcher. And there we see those rainbows. And it is so much easier to see them when the camera can actually focus on them. If we move the water just a little bit, whoops, I bumped it too much. If we move the water, we can even see those rainbows dance around. Super cool. All right, so just like that, just like Addie, you too can be a rainbow maker. Of course, there's a scientific explanation behind this. When you see a rainbow, you are actually seeing rays of light from the sun. The rays of white light are reflected by the drops of rain, which makes them split into all of the colors of the rainbow. So how cool is it that you can be a rainbow maker? You know, there are other ways to make rainbows too. If you're outside on a sunny day and you have access to a hose, turn your back to the sun, turn the hose on, and make it so that it makes a fine mist. So you may have a little nozzle on the end that you can squeeze and a fine mist comes out. If you don't have that nozzle, you can actually put your thumb over the hole of the hose and it will make a fine mist come out. But any way you do it, once you look at that mist, you will start seeing rainbows. Look at the power you have. You are a lovely rainbow maker. All right, well, let's move on now and talk about our second experiment. So this one is a little bit different, but it still involves rainbows. So again, I'm going to ask you just to go along with me for just a little bit, and then we'll talk about it at the end. All right, so for this experiment, you will need 6 bowls, shallow bowls, or you can use glasses as well. But you are going to be setting those bowls or glasses. They need to be able to hold water. You're going to be setting those in a circle. And then you will need some water. You will also need some food coloring in the colors of red, yellow, and blue. And you will need some scissors and a couple paper towels. So I am going to go ahead and get this started by cutting my paper towels into 6 narrow strips. So I just have 2 paper towels here that are folded over, and I am cutting them into about equal strips. I think these paper towels were still connected, so I need to tear that to make that final strip. All right, so I've got 6 strips of paper towels. Now I am going to go and pour in water in 3 of my bowls or glasses, and I am going to alternate. So I'm going to pour water in one, skip one, pour water in the next, skip one, and then pour water in my third. All right, so now I have my water set, and I am going to put some color in this water now, and I am going to start with the red. So I will put a few drops of red into the water. You know, you probably should stir this. I don't have a stick or a spoon on hand, so I am just going to use my scissors. You probably should use something different. All right, so I started with the red, then I'm skipping the empty bowl, and then I am going to put some yellow food coloring in that next bowl. And again, I'm going to do the thing I told you not to do, and I am going to stir that into the water. So I have yellow water there, and then I am going to put blue in my final bowl of water. So just a few drops there, and then stir it up so that it is all mixed in. And now I am going to take these 6 strips of paper towels that I have, and I am going to put one side into the water and one side into the bowl next to it. And I am going to use all 6 strips of paper towels. Now this definitely has the chance to get messy, so you want to make sure that you are doing this in a place that if you spill colored water, it's okay. You might put some paper down under you or some wax paper. All right, but you see here what I am doing. So I am putting one strip into the color and one strip into the empty bowls. I'm curious what you think might happen. You definitely have knowledge of what paper towels do. What do you think is going to happen? Make a hypothesis. So you can see already what's starting to happen. Does that cause you to change what you think might happen? All right, well, we are going to put on the time-lapse camera. I am going to just leave these here for the next several minutes. You'll be able to see it, but at a sped-up pace. And then I will come back and we will talk about what is going on here. All right, I'll see you soon. Hey everyone, I'm back. It's been about 20 minutes and we can definitely see that there have been some changes in our bowls. So we started with 3 bowls that had water in them. They were red, yellow, and blue. And now we can see that all 6 of our bowls have water in them, and the color is mixing in these bowls that didn't have water in them before. All right, well, let's pull these strips out and see if we can talk a little bit more about what happened. Now, this is a messy job. Make sure to take great care when you do this. You want to be very close to the place that you are going to be putting these waterlogged paper towels away. So close to a trash can, close to a bowl, because they are going to drip. And you want to not squeeze them out right here over the bowls because you want to actually be able to see what's happened in these bowls. All right, so I was able to get those away pretty well without dripping. I also have some paper towels on hand for my hands. All right, let's look. I did bring a spoon because I knew we were going to need to mix, and I didn't think my scissors were the appropriate tool to be using. All right, so we had the red bowl, and we had the yellow bowl, and we had the bowl between the red and yellow, and if we mix that, we now see that this has become orange. Interesting. So the red water traveled into the empty bowl, and the yellow water traveled into the empty bowl. And as we know from our art lessons, red and yellow mix to make orange. All right, let's see if it worked around the circle. So here we had our yellow bowl, and then we had the blue bowl with an empty bowl in between. And we see now between these 2 bowls that we have green. And again, from art, we know that yellow and blue make green, so it really does appear that that is what happened. All right, let's look at this final bowl. We had blue here and we had red here, and we had nothing in this bowl. And if we mix it, I know this is a little bit dark for you to see, but it definitely looks purple to me. I brought this white board to put under our bowls because I want you to be able to see the true colors. We definitely have a rainbow here. We have our red, our orange, our yellow, our green, our blue, and our purple. So if you do this at home, I would love to know what happens for you. I'm sure that you will see some of this, I'm sure you will see the same result, but based on how much time you leave your paper towels in, you will start to see some different things. If I left the paper towels in here quite a bit longer, what do you think would happen? That might be something that you need to check out. But while we're talking about that, let me actually explain to you the science behind this. So what we saw here is what's known as capillary action. So capillary action is the ability of a liquid to flow into narrow spaces without the help of external forces like gravity, which totally makes sense, right? We had water that was in this bowl that traveled up the paper towel and down into this other empty bowl. But water normally, because of gravity, doesn't go up, right? But the capillary action caused that water to move up the paper towel and down into this other bowl. This capillary action can be seen in plants too. It's how the water gets from the bottom of the plant in the soil clear up to the tippy top leaves of the very top of the tree. So it doesn't always make rainbows, but I think that these rainbows that we made were a very fun way to show the way that capillary action occurs. Well, I hope that you have had fun today learning some science and making some rainbows with me. I would love to see pictures of any of the rainbows that you make in your life. Please ask a grown-up to take a picture of those and put those on our Facebook page. Well, I look forward to seeing you on Thursday, where we will be talking about being thoughtful. We have a great Thoughtful Thursday video that you won't want to miss. But until then, thanks so much for joining me for this one. Thanks so much for kidding around with me. I will see you next time.